message. Hey, Cindy. And she even set up a query for me. Bless you. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a comment just to show you. And comments have titles, and comment titles are queryable. So I'm going to say, hi, Bernadette. Good morning. Thank you. And I'm going to submit. By default, the most recent comment appears up at the top, but there is a flag, configuration flag for the extension so that you can make them be in chronological rather than reverse chronological order. And then I can also reply to Bernadette's. Thank you for creating a query. Okay, let me close this annoying thing at the bottom. Okay. So I can submit. So you can have one level of nesting of comments. You've got a comment, which is your top level comment, and then you can have multiple replies, but it doesn't nest deeper than just one level of replies. So I am going to reload and so Bernadette has replied to my comment and created another comment. So you can see. Now, we have this integrated with Echo. So we probably shouldn't have put this on the bottom of a really long page. It's okay. It's not giving me my notification right now, but I'm not sure. Yeah. It should have given me an Echo notification when she replied. So there are two, and I probably because I did not turn on notifications, I probably need to go into let me go into setting, preferences. What was that? No, thank you. And new comments and replies. Okay. Thank you. Sandbox? Okay, we're going to go to Sandbox. I still need to go back there for my query, but why did it go to? Okay. Oh, that is the Sandbox page. Okay, cool. Okay, here's the link. Okay, so so now if I'm going to create a comment and Bernadette's going to reply, and we'll see if that works. I'm getting less creative as this goes on. There we go. Okay, so now if Bernadette replies to that, ha! Yay, I have a notification. And it tells me that Bernadette Clemente replied to your comment, hi, on open tasks. So, and sure enough, there she's getting less creative too. Okay, so I can query. And what are we querying here? Tell me about the query. You can definitely see comment, so these, so it's got a property comment title of, comment on, in reply to. Notice that comments are stored in a CommentStreams namespace with a randomly generated page name. And if I were to, for example, right. So I'm going to go to one of them. So this is one of the comment pages. This is under the hood. Somebody wouldn't typically go to one of the comment pages, but you can. You cannot edit the comment pages. Editing is still disabled, so you could view them here. There is a link back to the page that the comment appeared on, so if you did happen to wind up here. And so I can, no, oh yeah, so I can't see the properties right here from here. But so so there's several properties. The title is queryable. The the built-in properties, the creation date, modification date. You can indeed edit a comment. And if you edit a comment, it will say when it was posted and when it was last edited. I cannot delete this comment because there are replies to it. You can only delete comments that have no replies, and you can only delete or edit your own comments. And I think that's pretty much, oh, so there's also, if I watch this page, Bernadette, can you add another comment on this page? So there's two things you can get notifications to. If somebody replies to a comment that you authored, or if you're watching a page and somebody comments on that page. Done? And there we go. Bernadette Clemente commented on new comment from Bernadette on open tasks, which you are watching. Okay, so it gives you a nice little way to comment. It's pretty easy to install, pretty straightforward. And if you do not, so the echo support requires, I don't remember, it was MediaWiki 1.27 or 28 because of, pardon me? Was it 28, not 27? Okay. So if you want, so CommentStreams will work, I think, in 1.26 and up, but if you want the echo notifications, it has to be 1.28. Yep.
So besides the fact that you can have discussion on a content page instead of a separate flow page, what's the advantage?
So the question was, aside from the fact that you can have just in case anybody is out there watching us, the question is, nobody's watching us? There is. Anyways, the question was, just in case, what is the advantage over Flow, aside from the fact that you can have comments on a content page? And the strongest motivation for us was the ability to query the comments. And so we do have, where in content pages, summary pages, where we have a list of recent comments, things like that. So there are different ways that you can use the comments once you have them in a form that's queryable, which sort of goes along with the whole semantic model, the semantic approach. So that's one thing. And that was really the main motivation. You could also use this on talk pages, but it is nice to be able to have it right there with the content. So you've got the content, then you can have a discussion about the content. There's some coming things that we're planning to put into this once I have time, or clone myself or whatever. The ability to moderate comments. Right now, only the author can edit and delete their own comments, but let's say somebody leaves your organization and right before they leave, they have a parting shot. You might want to be able to get rid of it. So we don't currently have comment moderation, but that's one of the new features that we plan to add. Also, being able to upvote and downvote comments and have them sorted by their vote count. Trying to think what else. Those were the two big things that we've been asked.
So if you continue to work on that, that'll be another advantage over Flow.
Actively maintained. So the comment was, if I continue to work on it, that's another advantage over Flow, which is currently not actively in development. And I guess that's true. Question in the back.
So what do you use the discussion pages for now?
What do we use the discussion pages for? Actually, that's a really good point. That was raised in one of the talks yesterday. Somebody said something about discussion pages, or maybe 2 days ago. We really very rarely use discussion pages, almost ever at all. In fact, we have wikis where we use CSS to make them go away, at least make them invisible. very seldom do we use the discussion pages, for better or for worse. It's just something that's not really in our model. Yep. How would we compare it to liquid threads? I would, and we did use liquid threads previously. The first big difference, again, is the ability to query. It does, as liquid threads, store the comments on pages. Ours are the pages are, well, I would say this is a little bit of a simpler model than liquid threads. Liquid threads was quite a bit more complex, and we did use it for a while. And I believe it's also been unmaintained for quite a period of time. Yeah, sort of in this in-between. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so flow is sort of in a intermediate state, but yeah, liquid threads is just not. It's, yeah. So this is actively maintained. It's relatively easy to install. It does require another database table, so you need to run update. But it's easy to install, relatively low overhead, and active maintenance and queryable. Any other questions? Yep.
Could you have more than one comment stream on a page?
Can you have more than one comment stream on a page? Well, you can have multiple comments that have multiple replies, but I don't know that it would make sense to have multiple separate comment. You know, you can always create a new comment to create a new thread of conversation. Granted, it's just a comment and then a series of replies. Yep.
Are the comments always at the bottom?
Are the comments always at the bottom? I think the comments.
It's not inline comment.
No. The comments always appear on the bottom of the page. And I don't think we even have an option of putting it up at the top. It's always, you know, the idea is the content is king, and then this is, you know, below the fold discussion about the content on the page. Yep.
How would that behave if I have a page with a comment stream on the bottom and transclude this page? Then there's another page that also have a comment page.
Okay, so Kevin and Jason did quite a bit of testing, and Jason's brother Kevin tried to do some really pathological things, and we did find a few cases. I'm trying to remember what there was something where. Was it a header tabs one that was? But he did. Yeah, there was a header tabs one that behaved badly. In fact, there might even be a comment on. I think that if you go to the extension page for comment streams, I think there's a comment at the bottom saying, "You don't do this." But yes, you can typically. You can transclude a page that has. So there's no problem on a page that has comment streams transcluding another page that has comment streams because the comments aren't actually part of the page; they're elsewhere. So all that gets transcluded is the actual content of the page that's being transcluded. But if you transclude a page that has some rather complex content on it, you could cause issues. It is possible to break it. We tried to make it as hard as possible, but there are still a few cases where, heaven help you if you want to do that, you know, hey, you're at your own risk, so. Yeah, if you really want to, but it was sort of fun watching Kevin try his best to make this behave very badly. So, and he succeeded occasionally. Yep.
Is there a way to archive? Also, can you search within the different topics?
Flag. Okay, so that was 3 questions. Let me see if I can remember them. My brain is moving slowly. It's first thing in the morning. The first question was, can you archive? And that is something that we may implement as part of the comment moderation, that it may be that comments become old. You don't want them to go away completely, but you want to have them not appear on the page anymore. We have not yet fully decided what the best approach is to that. You know, maybe there's another page with archived comments. Maybe there's a button to show archived comments. You know, with moderation, you want a moderator to be able to make some comments go away completely, or at least not appear at all if somebody that's not a moderator is viewing the page. But archiving is more like something that's old enough that it's no longer relevant, but for historical interest, you may not want to delete it completely, and you may want end users to be able to see it. So we haven't quite figured out what the best modality is for that. Your first question was archiving. The second one was searching. Yeah, since the comments themselves are actually on pages and that namespace is searchable, I'm going to do this live. It's been a while since I've tried it. Let me see if I can. Okay, how do you spell lorem ipsum? Why did I have to choose the hardest thing to? Lorem? Let's just try looking for lorem. There we go. Hoo-hoo, it is searchable. And notice that if I click on it, it does not go to the comment page. It goes to the page that the comment is on. And that was fun to implement. It wasn't hard, but it was really cool when it worked. So even though the comments, the search finds the page that has the comment, I then throw a hook, fix it up so that when you click on the link, you're actually going to the page the comment's on. And the last question had to do with flagging. So tell me more about flag. Oh, no. We don't currently have a way to flag and have a sticky comment, though that's an interesting idea, though. No, it's right now they appear by default in reverse chronological order, so the most recent one would be at the top, but there is a flag that can make it, so a configuration flag to make it so that the most recent comment appears at the bottom. Yeah, so no, there is not, but that's a sort of cool idea. Let's find out. I'm trying to remember. It's too early in the morning. I think not. I think that those are, yeah, because that's more of a conversation. Yeah, so those will be in the order that, reading top to bottom. I was glad that that worked out that way because that's what I was hoping. Yep. How difficult would it be to put it on the discussion tab? There is a configuration flag to have comment streams appear in the talk pages, in the discussion pages, yeah. So that is possible. I don't think I have it enabled right now here. Let me see if I went to the discussion page. Oh, we do. So it can also appear in the talk pages. Uh-huh. Right. Yeah, so the question is about workflow. So if you have comments at the bottom of the page and then the page gets edited, the comments may not be germane to the page anymore. And I have, I guess, two things to say about that. One is that it's a relatively new extension, so we haven't really exercised it enough to, from a workflow perspective for that. Yeah, I was going to give you another answer too, but I think that's probably the best answer. It's something. It's a tool. We'll determine as we use it more what the best way is to fit it into the workflow. You're right that the comments may, and that might be a reason for archiving comments in the future, that these things are no longer relevant to the page. But yeah, we haven't yet. Any other questions? Yep. No, the comments are tied to the page itself, yeah. Yeah, not to a revision of the page. They will be there until they're deleted or someday maybe archived. Cool. Thank you. And thank you for Jason for writing the first version of this. All right, so let me go back. We have whoever would like to come up next. Oh, is it? Oh, thank you. I'm not used to Edge yet. There's not supposed to be another tab over there. I could have just clicked on the table of contents link. Okay. Peter, you want to go next?